got so many more downloads. Like, say she'll say that in front of the camera when she's so in love with Lucifer, she'll get like an eye color changed to brown, but she got her like blue eye color, and then when it's no glasses, then she'll use, you know, whichever. And then here, after this, at the Compass Rose is when they then sent the bugs, and I got bit. You know, they sent like a lot of spiders. Now, long story short, with all these machinations now ongoing, and the evil people that are like so obvious, you know, they just call straight up, and the cop sirens start to wail. And then they justify it. They go, oh, they probably didn't want you to know about these things, because everybody knows the language of what's going on. Everybody's in denial about it. Now, what there is to say is that the whole scenes of the nativity and the crucifixion, everything is now being undone. At the root, the memories are too traumatic, and it's playing out again with the mark that that wanted to spare Jesus, but then the people wanted that to justify their sin, and it's happening all over again. So for people to even think the thought of leaving the country to validate, you know, uncles in distress, play pretend the transcript was theirs and not my own, and now using arguments anti the transcript, saying that I got restrained from Theos, I got restrained from Poseidon for burning love letters to my angels. They're like, you're trying to cause a fire. So now the whole cop strata is trying to break free from having to run around after me and open monitors like MacBook Pros and start to take note of my whereabouts, to then play pretend that, oh my God, she got a gift card, she's fake, she's trying to play pretend she's the other one, but she's not, to, you know, try to justify the whole Stephen Ministries based on a lie. Like, for a pastor to be married to a woman who is able to manipulate enough people in masses to believe that she does this work, and that she changed eye color, and to manipulate USCIS workers to grant her my biometrics, to manipulate cop stations all across the country to grant her every robbed item of mine, and for them to willingly want to take down their own nation for these matters is maddening. Meaning, they are now saying that yes, the fake Lucifer Nicholas is completely correct, that organic culture and, you know, Brad Hagerman for sponsor, then Hayden Brockway for insurance broker that frauded the signature to stick me with California, Dima Tabrawi, Donna Scarlatelli involved, lying at court. So it's all gonna have to go away super quick, because literally we the people of Hilton Head have had it. I mean, okay, Obama was, whatever they use, electrodes, I don't know what, to be programmed to drive me to Trump the crucifixion, who called me Dima and gave Aurora Diamond Rainbow as I was in his place at the Tennessee hotel, to Christine for Stephen. And then once the Tennessee hotel hit me back up, I was at the Alley, and they sent me back $200 that I had paid on behalf of myself and Andrew when he was playing pretend that he's so poor, and that if I don't, if I like leave, he was gonna have to sleep in a car with his dog. But it was only to program me to end up sleeping in Chris Cado's car, who placed spells yesterday on me all the way to Kroger parking lot, playing this book that said Stephen, granting me one piece of gum. That was enough, all they needed. I don't know if anybody had, was aware and awake during this eclipse moon in Scorpio. It was pretty mad. I mean, the moon was, from moment to moment, switching from cloud to cloud. The eclipse was completely shifting shapes. The clouds were saying billions of messages. I got super galactivated, like just walking back and forth in the avenue here. It was truly unbelievable, the amount of magic dispelled, sent back to center. Because in the end, the moon is my reflection. I mean, even if they hijacked the moon, since my stay at Nashville, Tennessee, that hotel, when we had the eclipse, and it was, basically Lincoln and I, because Andrew was like just the dick, so like the dog was human at that point, which now I'm doing all those pet spells with all of the fish actionals here, because if you all don't quite yet know, we're now back into the depth of Atlantis, heaven to earth. Here are the phytoplanktons and all the planktonic activities, the algae. So all these fish, it's once beings don't pass the stage in life, if you don't make the grade this time around, you get a chance, and then you're back. You can be reptile, planktonic, fish, so you can comprehend which part of the patterns you couldn't break for you to not have been able to be yourself this lifetime. This is like, if Toti and all of you continue this way, you're gonna come back as a spider or reptile, and believe me, it's very demeaning. If you think your buddies, the fishies, are very happy being in this conundrum of total forgetfulness, and they have to swim around in a like little fish tank every day and be fed, and I tell them to not eat the bait, because that's the only way for them to either sing. Did you see how they just like bicker? They're always fighting, they're always minding each other's business. It's all karma that is being reevaluated, and soul contracts. And as long as they don't get it, they have to keep doing that movement every day, with the mouth opening and the thingies there. And if you think it's fun, truly it's not, but it just is. And that's the God way. That's how God teaches lessons and everything else. Now, goddess ways is different. And certainly you cannot get an archaea out of a peasant. And I don't mean it in any digressive means, but, it's time for me to free the, whole organism of creation, body of Christ, body of, unity as one, from this, duality, Amber versus Tatiana. Because duality, binary thinking is only going to get everybody, back in a fish tank where you're swimming around, and you're at the mercy of some guy who turns on your tank and turns it off before he goes to work and feeds you worms once in a day. And, I awaken, like, me, I've performed sessions with every order of beings. So, I command them home into the light, so that, because I don't allow, like, useless manifestations. Like, if you're not here serving love, you don't have the right to even be here. This is not the land for the carbon manifestations of ego. Like, look, they bicker, you see? All they do is, like, they go after each other and they fight. That's ego. Like, why don't they just swim around in a nice serenade, be grateful that they received fucking, a tank and rocks, and, just swim around and be useful, be kind. But no, they have to fight. And that's the way. And then that's transmuting energies, because like I'm dealing with Games of Thrones people now that have picked submissive little girls that are manipulating them, and they think that saving face is about denying their own feelings and being play pretend God anyway. No, being play pretend God sucks. You want to be God, you tell the truth. You say, she wasn't that bitch. She took none of those pictures. It wasn't her. I'm sorry, everyone, that I deceived you all. Because now they have billions of people believing in a fraud for brain terrorist and a fake cultural, cult system that is criminal at the root. So this is just to alleviate the suffering of the higher. I don't even do this for myself because I'm barely even here. I'm not in it, not even of it. So that'll make the task easier for many people.